but
Yeah, I think it might be easier for them to spot the break-in in these conditions.
yeah,
Obviously,
sunshine
they
on
don't
track
really.
is
Yeah, it
never
can
easy.
be off-putting.
Okay, we've got first on the lap is TD, as seems to be the way. Playing it nice and safe through the first chicane there. And catches the run down using as wide as he can get it on the impact. Apex turn 3. Always good there. A little bit of a slide off the curb possibly. As good as flat through. And 5.
That's pretty good.
It's tidy so far from TD. Go on board as he goes through the DRS zone through here. And then we've got the chicane. Everyone knows the chicane.
Might have been a bit distracting there with the car on the inside.
Never ideal to have another car on the track with you.
Yeah.
Oh, clinging onto track limits.
Just go over that one.
I think I'd have been. I think I'd have been given track limits for that one.
Yeah, this track is pretty.
Slide on the way into final turn. Oh my, that was close.
Yeah, it's very easy to lose the back end in the last corner and the penultimate corner.
It was going on the way in.
It was a pretty good lap, nevertheless.
Yeah, tidy, I'd say that one.
Could have been a 17-8 without that slide in the last corner.
Definitely was a decent benchmark, I'd say.
Ooh.
Oh,
Mingo
Mingo Eagle.
Oh.
John
He hasn't done. I
in.
hope he hasn't done what. Because in practice we allow people to go back, so I'm hoping he hasn't done that.
I think what he's
realised.
What he's just done is I'm fairly sure I saw that car on the inside as John came around the last turn. So I don't know if obviously, as you say, he's just maybe missed the pits and gone back. Or something like that.
Yeah.
That's a big one to go.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happened there.
It'll now be the longest 55 minutes of his life. Flamingo Eagle says in the Discord he was trying to spin around and it disqualified him.
Oh.
So that is hardly ideal, and now you're going to go into the race not fresh at all.
But he just had an hour in practice, so I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure that will come in handy.
Quality's always the rhythm, though. So gets you that rhythm a bit.
Yeah. I've no idea what the cutoff would be to get into Q2.
Let's see. Damon, obviously, I think that one was very, very safe, to put it nicely. And Damon.
Maybe an 18.8 to get through to Q2.
That's what Frog, I would assume, backed off part way. Aston coming in there.
with the number 1.
The rest of you can make of that what you will.
Good friend of Deflated Wii.
Yes. So I'm going to follow Joseph round. Going out on the mediums to try and get a lap in. And he's invalidated out the chicane. That's a shame because he had that Ferrari straight in front of him. And that would have been an ideal tow all the way down the DRS. He's invalidated it. Longson there.
The grip looks very low out there.
Yeah. Longson comes up to third there. It was a good lap, with, obviously with that there. He's always just kind of on a little bit of pace, isn't he?
Yeah, he's impressed me so far this season, Longson.
Yeah.
And in practice, he set some good laps.
Absolutely, you'll find he's definitely, like I say, just consistent with it.
Yeah, just gotta find consistency in the races, but it's a long season. It will happen eventually.
Yeah, that's
You normally see people peak at different times in the season.
Me, it'll be whenever Portugal's on the calendar. We've got a McLaren or McLaren. I think that's just pulled over as Longson possibly. Yeah, just slowing for some cars there. Would have been an odd place to go off. Let's have a run around with Asthma Frog. See what they can do on a second run round. There's Softs will have had a cool down and then back onto it, so it's not going to be obviously ideal. And Williams on the inside as well. Gets through safe. I'm going to say that a lot on this one, but safe. John retires, yeah, fair enough. There's still nobody within a second of his time at the top, so that's fine as Steve pops himself up to third.
I think Joseph's been held out at the last corner by Creb.
Oh.
But he still goes second, but yeah, he might just say something in the chat about that.
Oh, no.
Nothing like the real life F1, you know. When
yeah.
Waiting for each other to
be on the team radio there.
Yeah. Probably cost him like 4 attempts at the last corner.
I'm sure Mike Crack will have a word.
I'm sure.
Oh dear. Joseph was just sneaky cutting across the first chicane there, trying to get out of the way.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah. It was obviously the McLaren coming through, so it was fair. McLaren was coming through on an out lap, so I don't know whether that was a little bit of confusion, but just improved to 19.8. TD takes back second on a new set.
That's nice lap. He didn't get to do much practice as well, so really good.
No, he's definitely looking on it.
I think he did a little bit yesterday, and maybe a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
It's good to get the eye in, especially when you're running no assist. Every bit of practice counts.
Definitely. Trev up to 8. There's a bit of debris in the middle of the track in the just that last turn. Wiggles. I assume that's a banker.
Yeah, Wiggles on the medium side.
That looked close. Good thing Wiggles wasn't on a flyer there. Alpha just came out of the pits.
Yeah.
Deflated.
Just like they're in a party together, so they're probably having a little bit of fun.
Having a play for the stream. Well, I hope they get out of the way of that guy fairly soon. Oh, that's not... No, he's invalid anyway. That's okay. I was going to say it was not ideal. We sticking on the line there. I'm just going to follow Ross.
Still got 5 drivers just that lap as well.
Ah.
There's 6 minutes to go.
Yeah. So we're losing Flamingo Eagle and 3 others now.
Yeah. Depends if Top Gun joins in the next 5 minutes.
Yeah. TD says should be safe. I think you're safe with that.
Oh, yeah.
Looking about
If you're not safe for that, I'd be really worried.
Track ramp up, even if it does ramp up, you're probably looking about a 19, I'd say. I think
very impressive there from TD.
Yeah.
Who's still getting up to grips with the no assist.
Yeah. Making a damn good fist of it at the moment. There's
Ross. Try it out someday, Chelsea.
I think I was nearly backwards with no traction several times. I'm still nearly backwards most of the time.
You would be both.
Yeah. That's obviously, let's say Ross to second place with a 17.8. It's the closest we've come yet.
Yeah, the track's obviously is improving all the time. I'm not sure what the rest of the quality is going to be like, if it's going to be warmer.
Well, currently he's only the 3rd person to get within a second of John. Yeah, that's a deflated then with an 18.7. I'm watching Smaller Smiley come round. And runs a little bit wide out of the turn there, but keeps the lap. Going to assume lifted off.
Yeah, 10-10 had a big moment and is coming back in, so he's got... Oh, sliding the pits as well.
Oh, no. Oh, there it is.
Oh,
and that's a little bit naughty. That is definitely a little bit naughty. I would have to see whether that brake marker's still intact.
He could even go out on the same set. I think he just needs to put a nice lap in.
Yeah. Be interesting to see, as I say, whether that is still intact, that brake marker.
Yeah. Even if it's not, I think it'd be better in Q2, hopefully.
Shouldn't be all that much trouble, I wouldn't have thought, in quali, because they can't really penalise.
Our reigning no assist champion.
Yeah. Yeah, not there at all.
And not many people can say that.
Just one right now.
We've got... How many no assist champions we've got here? We've got Russ and Tan.
Following Damon.
Yeah, probably those two.
Let's see what's in there. Go. Looking solid through the chicane there, not too much jumping around on that one. Through the fourth and final DRS zone. Very much inside the track limits. And again. Keeping it nice and safe at the moment. And trying to get a lap in that's going to get them away from the relegation zone there. Damon looks like it's improving. 19.4 up to 12.
It's going to be close.
Might still be very close. As Deflated retires, so all the top 6, or 4 of the top 6 have retired.
Pressure as well, down in 16th for the moment.
Yeah, weird one that.
I'm sure he's capable. He hasn't had much sleep though, so like 5 hours sleep.
Oh dear.
So some crucial laps coming up here. We could have a shock on our hands.
Absolutely. Have a look at Flu and into obviously through turn 11 without any worry there. Let's see how he gets on in final sector. On the final turn, looking nice and clean through there. And to the line, Flu will set 19.1. That's probably should see him through on there. He says 10-10 may not have enough fuel. He's going to go for one, and I'm going to follow it round. I feel like it's flashing, but he's only through sector. He's only through turn 2.
Just a nice smooth.
Oh, he's round. Oh, he's off.
No.
He's off. He's off. Could keep that going. He hasn't lost the lap, but he hasn't. And 10-10's not set a lap. 10-10's not going to set a competitive lap.
I think he could have kept going, but
I think he could have kept that on. Could have still at least been, I think, 19s. He's just skipped over the chicane to invalidate it. See what we can produce. 19.9, that's not enough. And Deton leaves us as well in quali. That guy now.
the good thing about this track, it's easy to come back through the field if you've got the pace.
Wonder if it'll be a bit of Saudi Arabia syndrome here. Damon's getting, or giving Wiggles a nice toe here. Damon doesn't improve, Wiggles does to 4th. And so that pretty much seals it. 10-10 and 10-10 into the pits. And 10-10 out of quali.
And it's left a session.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
10-10 gone in quali. And obviously that along with Flamingo Eagle, who was disqualified,
Yeah.
all trying to turn around on track. And Deaton and Greg also gone there. Greg not by much, about 7 or just under 700ths of a second.
Very, very close down there.
Trev obviously just sneaking through at Greg's expense, but it's a big one gone in 10-10. And like I say, it'll be interesting to see now where he can recover to. So we are.
Anything could happen on this track.
Absolutely. Not going to make it too interesting.
The last time it was his race, the four race was wet.
Oh.
And Ross won the race without making a pit stop.
Oh, wow.
Did the whole race on one set of inters.
Incredible.
Crazy.
He's now in Albon's car, so...
He's called the Tyre Whisperer.
We've heard of Albon, Ocon, Perez. Now we've got Ross.
So Wiggles out again on the medium and that guy.
Ooh, bit shaky from TD that one out of turn 5. Just got on the grass on exit and has invalidated it through the chicane. That was a big moment. I don't think anyone will mind me saying that. That was scary. And Snacks is spending his money. 10 mystery gift subs. Well done. Thank you, Snacks.
Thank you very much. It's my hero.
Snacks is everyone's hero. Oh, John going a
10
little
subs. Nice one.
It's only because you're not streaming AT2, Snacks. That's the only bottling you've been doing. There we go. So John set the pace about half a second slower than what he was. 17.9, but there were a couple of little mistakes in there, I think. 2 over the top. And Richard comes through for second. And that guy obviously a tiny bit behind him on third. And now they're all piling through to the line. Damon to third there.
I wonder if there's still the thing where if you go out the pit slowly you get a DSQ. Because I have seen people on out the pit.
Oh gosh, I forgot about that, Snacks. Hang on.
Did someone do a boo-boo on Sunday, Snacks? Thanks again, Snacks. Legend.
There we go. Didn't press spectator and was a Ferrari. Yes, that's the Muppet we know and love.
To be honest, I did it once, so we've all been there.
Yeah. Oh dear. It's bad if you mainstream it though as well. You just do an outlap.
Yeah, Spark did it once and he crashed out in the castle section. And it brought out a VSC. So Spark, if you're watching, sorry about that.
Oh wow, Joseph there on a non-blocked lap. Going 17.5 and fastest.
It was very funny.
See, this is what you can do without traffic.
Yeah, go out early.
Yeah.
In between first and ninth at the moment.
Yeah, no. There's Ross there. Make it even
Oh,
closer
yeah.
there as well.
The two Williams drivers on the medium.
Hmm.
Pretty much doing the identical laps, pretty much.
Yeah, I think that's well, taking the leaf out of kind of each other's books with that one, but I think they'll both be okay. They can always put on a soft and really turn it on if they need to as well there. The smaller smiley then coming round. See what they can set through the last sector onto the line now. Looked clean on this last part of the lap. Only 9th though. But again, pretty much you could throw a blanket over that midfield section.
2 1.
3/10 down to Richard, or from Richard down to Small Smiley. And that is so close. Let's see if TD can turn it on aggressive in the chicane.
Looks good so far. Traffic in the last sector, I think.
Should be.
It should be fine. Hook up the last corner.
Had that little slide not so long ago. No such thing there though. Line 18-3.
Nice.
Yep. And then John just well, as he is demoted by deflated there, so 2 Alfa Romeos performing well so far.
Okay. Snacks. Enjoying the party afterwards if you like.
Hey.
He's announcing his retirement.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
Announce it live on stream.
Oh.
No,
I hope it isn't. I hope it is. Then I just ruined it.
No. Gets us in pole. If he gets a pole tonight, I will say his full name on stream.
I don't think you'd be saying that.
No. So he's not a million miles away, 6/10. And he takes a couple of mistakes in this one.
Yeah, I think 3 of the top 5 on par as well.
Ah, lovely. Love the...
Oh, will be a 16-8.
Oh. Joseph's betting on himself there.
So, Joseph, will you be disappointed if you do a 16-7?
Disappointed because that crystal ball he bought won't be working.
Hopefully goes to 12.
He'll watch Wiggles round. Looks like on a hot lap. Looked a little bit curby on the entrance into the 910 chicane.
Whoever gets pole is gonna probably have a record to the name. For a couple of days at least.
So that says never mind.
Normally 81 snaps the records off the person who gets it on the Tuesday. Unless it's raining, of course.
Yeah. There we go. Wiggles to 3rd, and that should get him safe. As I said, that looks good. And now.
Yeah, low 18s, you're pretty much through, I think. Yep, nice.
6th there.
Yeah, we're 18-0. That's pretty much what you're looking at.
Longson, no marked improvement there. Might be starting one.
Ross are 2 temps up in the middle sector.
No.
Needs to make it. Oh no! Has he cancelled?
No, it was a
Yeah,
slow
he
bit
cancelled. So he's going again.
of track, but yeah, no. It's...
And that'd be a shock as well if we lost Ross in Q2.
And have him and 1010 kniving through the rest of the pack. Let's follow him around as he tries to get this lap together with 2.5 minutes left on the clock. TD tried to do a used set, so he may have to go again, he says.
It's got a bit of traffic though, Ross has, and the Ferrari gets out of the way nicely.
Yep. Good,
We're
that one.
giving him a bit of a fright.
Just a little bit.
Ooh, he's down. Needs to send it now.
Yep, got to be no holds barred for the rest of this. Slightly low on energy as well.
Yeah. Just I don't think it's that important in the last sector though. ERS.
Should regen well on the last turn, get him to the line hopefully.
Yeah,
Be a
could
big push.
could hurt him down the straight here.
Be okay.
Oh, he
only
just gets to
9th.
9th. Yeah, I think
Wow.
that's just to do with the battery. So now TD is the one at risk now.
Could be a
But he is out
shotgun
on
here.
track.
I don't know if that'll be. I don't know if that'll be enough for Ross. That one.
You know, the Ferrari drivers, they tend to be quicker in the race. Sometimes.
As long as they're not being hit or spinning at the back. Follow Small Smiley around trying to get a lap on board to get themselves out of this session. Let's see where we are, see if I can catch the sector 2 split. We are just under 2/10 up. Obviously, isn't going to be enough just yet.
18. Yeah, he needs another 2 temps. Asthma Frog's also 3 temps up in sector 1.
Again, won't be
7 temps up in the middle.
Okay. Now we are talking.
7 temps would be like an 18. But 18.6. So it needs a bit more time.
So Small Smiley takes 10th. That still could be in trouble.
Oh, that might. I think
oh, and
Asthma
Frog's lost it on the last turn. On the second.
I think Alpine got it hindered
Asthma
in
Frog's
there.
round. Don't do that. That's
I think the
got
Williams
disqualified.
was on the racing line.
That is hardly ideal. It was Ross in the way.
Yeah, he had to take us a more like a difficult line for the corner.
Prev comes in. Prev says no. That's Prev round, and that's Girthy Stevens to the wall. I've said it.
That's a shame. Both Ferraris would have got through there.
Yeah. Oh dear. So Stevens the wall out
blocking the
last
pit lane. Oh, disqualified. Damon. Yeah, you're blocking the pit lane. Maybe you're out of fuel.
Oh dear. So that's Damon completely gone.
So Damon will start last.
TD is in. TD will not get out of Q2. It's a shame because it looked like he's got some good pace. TD spun.
Yeah, I think he invalidated his last lap.
TD spun, says Joseph.
No
TD
problem.
invalidating on Q in turn 1, but would have been okay if it had not been for that.
Yeah, turn 1. It's always been easy to invalidate.
So it was Joseph tops the session, and then losing Damon to that DSQ. Asthma Frog, obviously having lost it on the final turn. We then had Flu, Prev, and TD all out of this session. Q3 appearance for Small and Smiley. We've got Ross just scraping in. And of course we've got Longson in there as well. So
Yeah, you got 4 drivers out in the 18.1 from 10th to 7th.
absolutely brilliant. Got some sort of pockets of the field going close to each other on this. Absolutely will. Yeah. So we'll follow Wiggles round as he starts the lap here. First one out into the track in Q3.
I'll follow John around, see what he does.
Lovely.
You can give me sectors if you want.
Oh, of course, yeah. Let's know what John's doing.
Alright.
I'm saying he would be quick. Wiggles' his first sector is 27.0. So then coming around to the DRS spot.
26.7, sector 1 for John.
Wow.
3 attempts.
Wiggles sending it through the chicane. Pretty much ideal online there. Nice and clean there. Where are we? Round 2. Second to last turn. Wiggles looks like keeping it clean.
Yeah, it's good to get a bank on the board, isn't it? On your first
Absolutely.
run.
This might be more than a banker. This look quite quick from Wiggles, I'll say. 17.6.
17.6.
And there is your benchmark.
I think John's going to beat it.
Where are we? Oh,
Wow.
17.1. Okay.
17.1.
Times are coming down and deflated splits the two on a 17.4.
Wow, great lap deflated.
This is
He's improving, no assist.
very good first few laps. Joseph, 4th. You'd be disappointed with that, I'd imagine. Or something maybe happened. Probably a bit of traffic in the way, no doubt.
That guy in 5th, 18.1.
What Longson can do is invalid.
Longson, invalid, yeah.
Richard up to 4th. 17.8.
What's coming to the line? And goes 3rd.
Just squeezes past his teammate.
Yeah, they seem like they both got the same pace round this track.
Yeah.
You don't often see Ross ahead of Wiggles as well, so that's impressive from Ross.
Ah.
In qualifying, anyway.
I think Longson's round. No, it's just stopped. Had to let Richard through.
We've got Small Smiley on
I
our
don't know
lap.
whether that guy's trying again. I think that guy is trying again. No, he's not. Looked like it was on pace.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good from Smiley. Nice to see him in Q3. Doesn't always get there.
Yeah. There's a definitely a good performance so far.
Yeah, it really does help when you can qualify higher.
Absolutely. I'd say always that little bit of an edge. Okay. A little bit of a shaky one from Smaller, but he gets the time on the board, 18.9.
Yeah, might be a use set, that one.
And Steve goes with a 17.9 on there. Wiggles saying John's going to be a 16.9. I mean, now that time's gone on the board, I can see it.
Yeah, I don't think he needs a 6. I think that lap's going to take all the pressure off. So
That
I think
could be a pole lap if we wanted it to be. About 10 minutes, and obviously just to get him before the race and start from the back. Let's see. See what Joseph can do then. Starting another run. Let's go on board and see what we can see on here.
I'll check out that guy's that.
Okay. I looked a little bit tentative out of turn 5 there, going flat. Goes there, but
That guy invalidates.
Okay. See where Joseph's
Just
at
turned that chill.
on the second sector split. 44-1 through the second sector.
This could get him onto the third or second, even the first row.
See
Can really
exactly.
put this last sector together.
All works. That looked neat so far. Those couple of right-handers. Nipping it nice and early to get wide line.
Will it trouble John John's low?
This could be close. This could be very close. Ah,
It did.
yes.
It beat it.
17-0.
Amazing, that. Well done.
You see, when there's nothing else on the track ahead of him, he's different.
Incredible.
What a lap, Joseph. Well done.
Well done, man.
Really has hooked that up. John's got something to aim for now. Might have to dust off that extra new set and get out on track.
Still in the pits. It's probably had a little shock.
Yeah, there's all that's going for Richard for the yellow flag. I'm going to follow Longston round as the only driver not to set a lap just yet. Yeah, go on board towards chicane. Oh, invalidates on the inside of turn 10.
Oh.
It's invalidated.
Richard's on a lap there. He's really been improving a lot in recent times.
So let's see. 44.5 through 2 sectors. Oh, shaky.
Shaky Stevens. Yeah, he's cancelled.
Yep. Fair enough, that would have lost quite a lot of time.
Get the heart rate down.
Yep. Say that's a big shake.
Joseph can sit back now and watch everyone on board. And
that guy,
to see if anyone's going to beat him.
That guy went 4th in all that, by the way.
Yeah, very good effort. I still
very
think he can improve as well.
Very tidy with 17.5.
And he won again as well, 2 times down. Sector 1.
Absolutely. Longston's giving it one more go and invalidates out of turn 5. I think I'm the curse for Longston.
Yeah, you've built him up.
Yeah.
He's done amazing to get to Q3 though. Just behind Smaller Smiling.
Absolutely. That's definitely good there. Wow, Joseph. So you mean it could have been your 16.8? So he's messed up turn 1 and still 2 tenths in it.
And John Johnson invalidated.
Oh.
Turn 1.
Oh no. He will feel horrendous.
2 Williams drivers though. It looks like it's very overcast now. It looks like there's not much grip out there.
Can often just happen at the end of a Q3 session sometimes. You just think there's going to be more time in it, and then something happens and there's just not quite as much grip out there as what you think there is. Follow Smaller Smiley around to the line, see what we can do there. Session's over, the checker flag's dropped, and these are the ones that will count. Smaller Smiley first over the line. As he stays 9th, gets a little bit closer though, within a couple of tenths. Not too bad. follow Wiggles.
Yeah, it's a 10th up at the moment. Ross is matched his personal best at the moment.
Okay, and then we've got Wiggles. I think if he kept at 10th, obviously would just steal a place back off Ross.
Yeah, Wiggles could get onto the, could get ahead of Deflated.
Solid. Oh, third. Good lap, Wiggles. Ross the line. Improves by a 10th and a half. No, not even that. Takes 5th place from that guy. Longson's next round, but will be coming in. That leaves Steve for the next one. Longson did get one on the board, 18-6. Steve takes 7th. Richard's gone in the pits. Has deflated. Small Smiley will be on in that.
Congratulations, Joseph Hales.
What a cracking lap that was.
Well done, mate. That's his fourth position.
17-0 takes pole. A new IIRL record, as Snacks rightly says as well. So congratulations.
Only if it doesn't rain on Thursday.
5-10.
Pray for rain on Thursday. Pray for rain on Thursday.
Always pray for the rain on Thursday. That'll make it interesting. As long as it's Thursday, not Saturday.
Oh, tense.
So, Joseph taking pole. Second session he's topped in his quali today. Taking that from John by 800th of a second. There's a fair gap down to them Wiggles and Deflated and Ross. And then obviously that guy in 6th as well. 3rd to 6th, covered by less than a 10th. Then got Steve, Richard and Small Smiley and Longson who didn't get a representative lap in, I would say. Missed the spot. Flamingo Eagle, who now hasn't actually been on track for about an hour, lining up at the back.
Yeah, and at centre.
Nice. Trev disqualified from reversing off the start line. And there we go, 5 lights and away we go. Let's jump on board with John to see the actual start as they come down to the first turn. Trev's been disqualified. He's actually been disqualified. We're through there.
Oh.
Most of them seem to have got through.
Well,
that guy's off. And Greg is with him as well. Greg and, obviously, I think possibly been caught behind Prev on that one. But that guy is the big loser out of that one. Lou's gained 3 places, gone up to 10th on those softs.
Yeah, I have no idea what happened to Prev.
No, I'd say it said reversing off the start line.
Oh. Well, you can't reverse.
Which
Maybe
is...
you went too far forward and just tried to reverse.
Should just we'll hear all about that in Discord in a minute. We've got Ross pretty much hanging off of the back of Deflated. Going for a move to turn 11 there, down the inside. Wheel to wheel, Ross squeezed out. Let Deflated have some room. Longson, so he had a little bit of a poor start, but is up to 12th.
10-10 already up to
10-10 bearing down. Good progress, but you would expect it from this guy.
Yeah.
John obviously is front there. Was taking that off of Joseph while we were watching some midfield battles.
What happened?
Trev doesn't.
Did you try to reverse on start?
Why? Sounded like a school teacher. There we go. Deflated going for a move on Wiggles. And gets it done through turn 3. 10-10 gets Longson there as well.
10-10 means business.
Yep, absolutely does. I think Wiggles Ross will be telling him to get out of the way, and it does look like he has got out of the way with his teammate there. We've got Steve now under pressure from Richard, who's gone onto the grass there to get around. That's a slightly unique approach, but he's made it work.
I have no idea, but that's a new one.
Oh, and Small, Smiley and TD, and Smiley's round. Too wide all the way through. That chicane is never, ever going to work.
Oh, no.
Smiley outside of turn 9, inside of turn 10. It was out of turn 10 that he's been tagged. All the way to the back bar that guy now.
Oh, you don't like to see that.
No. So, kept it in.
We'll have to have a look into that prep. It's very unusual.
The DRS is active.
You're streaming as well, so you can show us what happened, right?
Okay.
Something for the code masters to look at.
Get EA on it.
Yeah.
So Joseph's going to make some ground a bit here, I think. He'll just be able to try and hang on to the back of John. He's going to need as much as he can get here. As Ross gets past Deflated, the third. Absolute power start from Ross, but Deflated is back at him again. With the DRS, but Ross also with it. Ross, oh, half spin from Ross. Wiggles, I think, ran into the back.
Oh, not again.
Just dropped it out of turn 11.
So we might have to get EA to look at it to see if they can sort it.
Wiggles doesn't look to have damage, and Ross is straight onto the back of Deflated and takes him easily with the DRS. Wiggles are going to make the way through as well. Wiggles gets it. Deflated's going backwards very, very quickly. Very overpowered DRS. Longson first into the steward's notepad.
Yeah, you're
going to... 10-10 is fighting Flu.
You're going to see that a lot in this race. A lot of penalties.
Oh, and that's an Alpine round. That is Flamingo Eagle. A little bit of side-by-side, a little bit of argy-bargy in behind 10-10 and Flu there.
Yep, they
looked like possibly another Alpine teammate nightmare, that one. Richard is next past Deflated, but goes wide. Deflated gets track limits and cut 10 badly there. And Richard was practically sideways out of 10. Meanwhile, we've got Steve now taking TD. That has gone very wide. TD gets him back.
10th up to 11th. He's got past Flu.
10th there.
That's really impressive because Flu's on the soft tyre.
I wonder how much shelf life they've actually got, those ones.
Quite a lot.
Oh, and that's a Haas round. Deton.
Oh, Deton.
Chaotic start to the race as Deton's round on the inside of the second to last corner. We've had a fair few going backwards so far. Deflated's trying to hold on to the back of the Williams with the time penalty now. Slip wide again, that's another 3 seconds for Deflated.
TD's having a great race in 7th at the moment.
Yeah, seems to have maintained the...
Yeah, under a lot of pressure from
there.
Steve and Asmithrock and 10-10.
I cannot see him holding it off unless it's got DRS. But he's not going to have DRS, and so Steve's got it before, way before the turn, and there could be one for Asmithrock to get at as well. Just filters in. Oh, 3 out of the turn. TD's gone off wide. And 10-10 then takes Asmithrock down into turn 11. That could have been very, very dangerous, and more dangerous than just TD running wide.
Yeah, I totally agree. Oh, Joseph nearly losing the car in turn 1. did really well to hold on to that.
Still keeping in DRS quite
Yeah,
impressively. I know John John's got a lot of pace.
Desperately trying to stay within a second.
And Wiggles dived into turn 3, run himself a bit wide. Momentarily got past Deflated, but Deflated takes 4th back, and now Wiggles has got Richard for company back there. We've got a yellow somewhere or other. That is the Ferrari of Asthma Frog.
Has lost it.
Let's just try and get back. We've got Flu and TD now against each other's Detons next.
Oh, that guy's out of spin.
Time penalties.
That's fast corner.
Wiggles and Deflated obviously fighting again with 10-10 and Steve in there as well. Richard is up with Deflated and Wiggles, still trying to get a nose in and get some good points on there. 10-10 to 7, which is a great gain in 7 laps. There's Greg, there's Damon's round. Damon is round. And there might not be as much front wing on that car as there once was. See an end plate gone. Give Damon in for a new front wing there.
I'll just go do a restart.
Oh, and that's the Williams off, Wiggles off into the wall.
I'll just do a restart.
Just out turn 3 into turn 4.
Oh,
yeah?
I'll just do a restart and I'll join back. Okay.
Cool. That is fine. We've then got Richard up into 4th place on this one. Brilliant gain on there. Down in part probably to Wiggles obviously finding friend with a wall at a point there. Richard moves across to defend against Deflated. And just to keep hold of the position. Deflated a little bit deep into the second to last turn. Will be under pressure from Wiggles. Looks like he's wiggling all by himself there, Deflated. Let's see what these guys can conjure up there. Deflated looked like he was a little bit inside the track limits. He looks like he's struggling. And Steve has actually kept up well with 10-10 as well. Five seconds for Flamingo Eagle speeding in the pit lane. Not been good for him at all. TD's in the steward's bad books. He has his Steve. And Richard has also taken a time penalty. Damon round there. There's Flu and TD all coming down together there. TD's race hasn't been short of drama so far, as Longston is going to be next round him. Dives to the inside of turn 11 and gets it done. TD holds off, knew that was going to be inevitable. Let's come up to the battle for 4th with Richard and Deflated both on time penalties. Wiggles keeping them company back there as well. Good second DRS zone towards turn 3. Deflated's going to go to the outside. Richard holds on to the inside. Deflated's gone deep in. Oh, wheel banging as they hit turn 4. Richard still out a little bit wide. Wiggles trying to go around the outside now, and this could get dangerous. Keeps hold of it through the chicane, but should be dispatched around the DRS zone. Wiggles goes to the inside of that there. We are then watching Richard go backwards. Deflated is also in there. He's been taken by Wiggles as well. The Wiggles has made 2 places, but Deflated will come back to turn 11 again. Hasn't dived down the inside. The move could have been on. This is about the time when those mediums probably will start to get a little bit worse than the hards that Wiggles has got on. Let's get Padge back in. There we go. So, currently the closest battle we've got on track is Wiggles, Deflated and Richard. And we've got 10-10 looking to join the back of this as well. And it was... You okay, Padge? Yeah. Well, you've missed... well, Wiggles, Wiggles, Deflated, we and Richard all going at it, basically. So... And they still are. The Deflated's got around Wiggles on the 3rd DRS zone. Richard's managed to stick to the back of it. Deflated looked like a little bit deep into the turn and wiggling all the way out there. We should be dispatched here, but has got DRS. Lives in 4th place, but if he stays in 4th place for the rest of the race, I will be surprised. Joseph, time penalty there. Puts him under major pressure from Ross. Oh, Padge, include your audio. Okay. Party audio is on for me as well. And Joseph, obviously, with that track limits infringement now. I do wonder whether Joseph's possibly gone a little bit off the boil. We've then got Deflated with Wiggles down the inside. Wiggles outbraked himself there. Deflated will take the place, and Richard's now going to try and get at Wiggles, but I don't think he's quite managed to keep it there. Deflated should have a little bit of a gap now, so he can have a little bit of breathing room and just start to pump some laps in without having to worry about the mirrors for a little bit. That's it from his teammate there. Still can't hear you on stream, apparently. Ross and Joseph changing places. Let's see. I've got the Joseph Hales and Ross slipstreaming down to turn 9-10 chicane. Obviously, Ross has got that move done long before that chicane. Very close to begin with. Joseph looks like cutting as much as he can get away with there. And Ross takes 2nd place. Joseph, though, going to the inside. A bit of an ambitious one. Ross maybe a little bit wide on exit, but just tried to scare him a little bit. Oh, last Sun God. Joseph into the pits. He's had enough of those medium tyres. Wants some fresh rubber, and it looks like it's going to be the hardest to go on. And it is. Lovely. And we've got Longson and Richard. Flew are all in the pits, but Flew has ground those soft tyres out quite a long time. I'm surprised we've seen Flew as late into the pits was, to be fair. We get 12 laps through on a set of soft tyres is very good going. It's going mediums to the end, possibly, for Flew. Meanwhile, we've got now Wiggles and the 10-10 are close on track. We've also got Joseph who's come out right behind TD. Wiggles has gone a bit wide. He's out of 10-10.
He might have got a one in there.
Might have gone wide enough to avoid it. It looks like he'd be in danger come turn 1 or turn 3, definitely. 10-10 crawling all over the back of that Williams now. Wiggles dives in. Getting rid of the hards early. We did this last time in Saudi Arabia and won. Clean stop for mediums. Joseph Hales obviously goes 3. As we would expect there. Quite way ahead of Wiggles. Where's Richard going to come out? He's just got past Greg. Richard carrying momentum through turn 1 and 2. Could well get Wiggles. And does. Richard is ahead of Wiggles there. A little bit of an undercut, and those tyres are going to be a little bit better a little bit later on into the race. Blue and TD together now. TD on a fresh set of hard tyres. Flew just having come in for some mediums as well, so TD will be getting those up to temp. Wiggles and Richard. Wiggles takes Richard on the DRS zone. I've just seen that comment. Snacks. What on earth? We've got Ross in the pits for a fresh set of hard tyres to take him to the end of the race. Joseph has undercut him by quite a long way. Undercut is powerful in this game. It's about 3.7 in it now between the two of them. As that guy takes a time penalty from the back there. Richard obviously is now just clinging on to the back of Wiggles. John keeps going, Deflated Wee keeps going, and 10-10 keeps going as well. Do wonder whether them 3 might attempt to hang it out to a set of softs for the rest. Snacks has got some problems with mice in the chat there. There we go. See, Blue all over the back of TD. That's a time penalty for Deton, just going in 3 seconds there. Lots of time penalties in this one. Blue not getting round TD, probably also picking up a warning off that. Wiggles takes fastest lap on that new set of mediums. Richard has been lapping that guy there, so that guy obviously a race that promised a lot, hasn't obviously delivered. Mainly thanks to that incident at the very start. Let's see, we'll space out a little bit. Let's keep with Flu and TD for a little bit. Just see whether any one of these guys can make a pass. Flu wouldn't need to do this on track at the end of the race, but does need to dispatch TD really. We've currently got Longson on a set of softs as well. Damon and Deton going together through turn 3. Deton moves ahead of Damon for 16th there. 10-10 for speeding in the pit lane, gets 5 seconds, and how that could change the race. Onto a set of softs now. Wow. Okay. This could make things a bit interesting. I mean, realistically, it's not going to be a one that will change the. Oh, Steve's off. Steve's just gone off there as well. Into turn 1, as you see 10-10 coming away from the pit there. Also got Longson dragging down to turn 3 with Greg. But 10-10, like I say, could well potentially miss out on the podium thanks to that. Let's see, we've got Damon and Deaton still fighting at the back, 15th and 16th. Damon's round on the final turn, and he's just run it into a barrier. That could have been clumsy, and it wasn't. That could have been very, very bad if it'd have gone any quicker than that. Turn to see TD and Flew together there, and Wiggles has got into the DRS on Ross, his teammate there. Longson's also making a bit of a charge. Steve is the next victim if he doesn't come into the pits. Ross and Wiggles changed places there, as they so often like to do. And Richard, obviously Deflated's been into the pits. Richard has jumped him, but Deflated is on a fresh set of soft tyres. Could well see him through to the end of the race. Compared to some slightly aged hards from Richard. Got two Williams teammates obviously hanging off the back of each other. Steve's obviously been in, as has Smaller Smiley as well. What's the story? Oh dear. We're not saying that, Stevie. We're not saying that, Stevie. Well, the story is, I don't know if there's many people who haven't been backwards at this point. Wiggles gets on the inside of Ross there. I think most people have either met a wall or been backwards at some point in this race. As Damon gets a penalty speeding at the pit lane. Looked like I say, some of the guys who have started on the medium have been able to hang this out to a soft tyre. Useful data for anyone else who needs to race this track a little bit later on. Thank you, everyone. Flew and TD, there's Greg into the pits there. And big battle coming in here. We've then got Deflated taking Richard around the outside. Wouldn't have thought that would have taken too long. Richard has also got 10-10 there, hanging right off the back of him. 10-10 surely should take him to the DRS zone. Richard obviously will get DRS as well. There's much fresher soft tyres up against a 6-lap old set of mediums. Shouldn't be a match. As 10-10 takes 6th place from his teammate there. And again has been a very, very good recovery. And Wiggles takes a time penalty there. Good info indeed, isn't it? You know, you can run soft medium or medium soft then on Sunday to Steely. Well, let's just have a look at John there. And just taken, looked like a fastest lap. He is out on his own pretty much. And that has been the way it has been pretty much since he broke DRS from Joseph. Did not know it was possible to get Verstappen mod on a Haas. But we are there. So that is obviously John looking like it's gonna, as he bar any massive errors, win this race quite convincingly. And Padgell saying he did look quick in practice. Well, two Williams then. Ross and Wiggles. Ross taking Wiggles on this occasion. Wiggles, oh, may have taken a bite out of his seat there as he left turn 10. That was a big slide on. We've also then got 1010 and Deflated. A lapse difference in the tyres in favour of Deflated, but 1010 has looked like he is on a mission. He'll be looking to dispatch Deflated and then get onto Wiggles as the next one and get the warring Williams teammates at the moment. Another tech from the Perez experience. Not really. And doing more than well enough. I think we all need a bounce back after Sunday, Steely, to be fair. You know, on the bright side, there's a Haas in this grid that knows where the accelerator is. Sorry to Felix, by the way. I know it was an illegal overtake. So 1010 obviously through on Deflated, but we'll be looking to keep with him as he gets past Deton, who's being lapped as well. I don't think he's really going to have the pace to keep up. Looks a little bit wide through turn 9, compromises turn 10 as it always does. And obviously 1010, like I say, will start to get away and he'll have his eyes on Wiggles and Ross a little bit further up the road. He is carrying a 5-second penalty. We're just going to have a look at some of the penalties. It's 3 seconds for second, third and fourth. Joseph, Ross and Wiggles. 1010 has got 5 from that speeding in the pit lane. Deflated's got 2 time penalties at 6 seconds. Richard's on 3, Longson's on 6, TD's got 8. And we've got John and Flew so far haven't taken any penalties, along with Greg. It's an exclusive club, this one, at the moment. Longson comes in for another stop. Steve takes Longson while he's in the pits as well. That's see, TD and Flew have both been in close quarters with each other really throughout the race. We've got Deflated trying to get a little bit closer to 1010 as well. Still with Deton in the way as well. So, Deton actually trying to unlap himself as Richard takes another penalty there. Wiggles is round. And that is not an insult. Wiggles is round at turn 10. And that drops into 7th place. I have to have a big push now. Try and get the rest of this. Penalties indeed. Penalties all over the shop at the moment. There's a lot of moving and shaking to happen here before the race, after the race actually finishes. 1010's obviously got DRS from, I would assume, Deton. Deton seemed to have gone backwards among the 2 that are on the lead lap here. Also got Ross now back onto the back of Joseph there. Both of those with 3 seconds. Damon is out. Damon retires in the pits there. Torrid race, torrid qualifying. Not ideal day again for Damon, unfortunately, that one. Sad to see him go. And Ross then takes Joseph. Oh, I think you're keeping me company there, Steely. Gosh. So, we've then got 1010 and Deflated. Deflated actually kept well with 1010. Obviously, those slightly younger tyres now coming into effect, I would imagine. It's kept well with him there. So I've got still TD and Flew both together. These two are sticking to each other for most of this race. They cannot get away from each other. TD on some newer hard tyres now. But the Flew taking some mediums to the end after the early stint on softs. Joseph still looking to hang on to Ross as well. 1010 really needs to needs to try and break a gap from deflated Wii. Okay. Rusty Leach, hi. Thanks for the follow. Pleased to meet you indeed. Good time to come and join us. The last 5 laps of this race now coming up. As we've got deflated is round 10-10. Our reigning champion obviously trying to keep with the Alfa Romeo here. Deflated now, profiting from those slightly younger tyres. Are we good? I am good. Very good. Are you good? Okay, there we go. Deflated. Still holding off, but it's going to be interesting to turn 3 with these two. Also got Joseph then, see, trying to make a bit of ground on Ross. Good to hear. Absolutely good to hear. You're good. Still got Deton keeping in with these two as well, so just showing for show that he's got some pace, and that he's obviously if he can keep it in a straight line, there's potential obviously in Deton for a little bit, even if it is on very new soft tyres. But still will be adapting to no assist, as I don't think many people stop adapting to no assist. There we go. Catch you later, Steely. Good to have you in the chat. And Deton and Wiggles both getting penalties on there. That's another 3 seconds for Wiggles there. And I think this race is kind of unravelling now for the Williams driver. Flamingo Eagle takes a penalty. It means the only drivers without a penalty on the circuit, John, whose teammate Deton is now coming in, and Greg. Colossal effort from those two to keep it within the lines so far. Deflated still with 10-10 crawling all over the back of him, and Joseph keeping with Ross despite the deficit on the tyres there. That guy, another penalty there. I think I'll just be seeing this one out, really. Getting a few laps under the belt more than anything else. TD and Flu changing positions again, and 10-10 and deflated. Warring into turn 9 and 10. 10-10 obviously is ahead. And we'll then have the DRS down to turn 11 as well. Again, it's now deflated to turn to chase. That on-track position will keep with Ross and Joseph now. And these two next through the DRS zone start-finish straight. 3 seconds each for these two. Deflator's actually got about a second penalty more than what 10-10's got, so could definitely do with getting around him and pulling a gap. As 10-10 takes another penalty just as we say that. There we go, side by side, Ross and Joseph. Joseph to the outside of turn 3. Can he hang it in there? Just about. They're going side by side through turn 4. Ross is off the track and gets a penalty for that. Not sure a lot of space was left there, and there's not a lot of space left there at all. I think Ross was slight. I don't think he was too pleased with that move from Joseph. And certainly takes all of the road that he could possibly get out of turn 5. Joseph into the wall and down to 4th place. 10-10 is in the podium spot on track, but we'll need to break a gap to these in the last few laps to be able to then take a podium. 10-10 attacking Ross now for 2nd on track to the outside of turn 11. He gets that move done. Ross has held on to 3rd, Joseph 4th, and deflated now 5th. And 10-10's going to need to break away. Use absolutely everything those soft tyres have got left just to try and get away from the pack behind him there. Joseph still will cling onto a podium as it stands in second place at that. Deflated now gets Joseph, but comes off the track. Joseph then looks like he's about to attack Ross down into turn 3. They're side by side again, these two. Joseph goes slightly ahead. It's his turn now to be pushed a little bit wider out of turn 4, and he backs off out of turn 5, or into turn 5 this time. Learns a lesson from last time. And wider into the chicane as well. Got the last lap and a half of the race obviously on here now. And it's looking like a very, very tasty battle for the podium. Last lap obviously going on here in just a few moments' time. Asthma Frog takes another penalty. And we've got Joseph now down the outside of Ross. Out drags him down to turn 11. Takes the position back, and here we go again. We've got one more lap of this. John has started the last lap. Steve is through on Flew there. It's the first time that Flew and TD have been separated for a long time, that one. We've then got, obviously, Joseph currently will be in second place as long as he can hold 10-10 to within 5 seconds. There's a 2-second gap at the moment, so 10-10 will need some more. Ten's trying to get away. We've got DRS train for third, fourth, and fifth now coming forwards. With a yellow in sector 3, as that's a Ferrari round. And here they all come. It's Ross from Joseph from Deflated towards turn 11 now. Got John now coming around to take the line. Deflated's thought better of the move, so we'll go to John, who takes a convincing win in this third round of IIRL. The no assists here. You're going to have 10-10 coming back for second on track. Ross will take third, but Joseph will take a promotion to second on penalties. So the value of keeping it between those yellow lines is shown right there. Joseph second, 10-10 third, Ross fourth, Deflated fifth, Richard is sixth, Wiggles will come home for seventh. And then TD will be next home in 8th. And Steve having a little bit of a slip out there. He needs to keep the throttle on because he could keep hold of 8th there. In the end, he's lost out. And Flew has also taken 8th. And Steve obviously rounds out the points in 10th. It's a bit of a messy result, this one. Plenty of sorting out to do with some time penalties there. Greg for 11th and Longson for 12th after making Q3 first time this season. GG's everyone. The last two then cross the line will be Flamingo Eagle, obviously in 15th there, but obviously an impressive drive from 10-10 to gain that much track position. And overall, obviously John dominant throughout, I would say. 10-10 getting the game's driver of the day, and you've got to be honest, that is not far off. See them all come through there. So, like I say, John, a convincing win, but what happened behind him, as it is so often in real life behind the leader, was very, very interesting. TD needs to come see me in the opticians. It's John's win there. Showed some good pace in Bahrain, but didn't quite get the victory. But this one he has had coming. Obviously Joseph, like I say, taking second with a good display of between the lines driving. obviously 10-10 with a miracle podium there. So there is our result. We have got then obviously John, as we said, the winner. And we rounded out the podium with Joseph Hales in 10-10. Ross in 4th, Deflated in 5th, and Richard in 6th. Wiggles then in 7th. And between 2nd and 7th, I think they've all had a battle with each other in this race, and it's been brilliant to watch. Then we've had Flew in 8th and TD in 9th, and barely been able to get those away from each other for the whole race, really. They're having their own brilliant little battle in the middle there. Joseph Hales, you say you had no grip, you kept 2nd place. And then the points are rounded out by Steve there. In 10th place. So that was a brilliant bit of action. And we've done really, really well in terms of obviously the racing standard, but overall, obviously, as we said, John was dominant.